Cardi B got up on stage last night or the other night or something like that. I think it was the other night at one of Kamala's rallies. Um, Before I get into that, Kamala HQ, who is being sued by Tim Pool right now, is posting. They're still posting this. They're trying to show Trump's crowd size. Like they made a comparison. They showed Kamala when she spoke at the same place. It was packed or whatever, like a still photo. And then they have like this video going around with like 300 people in the audience. Like Trump's only speaking to 300 people in an empty arena. That's what they're trying to perceive to all of us. Um, Not showing him speak. And by the way, it was probably the North Carolina rally, like they were talking about, and it was packed. I seen a little bit of it. It was packed. I don't understand why they keep pushing this crap. Like we can't go and look at the actual video ourselves of him speaking. It's such a what it seems like. It seems like a IQ test. That's what this seems like. The same thing with what happened in 2021. It seemed like an IQ test. Like it's like the elites are like messing with us. They want to see like how absurd they can make things where people will still go along with the machine. Um, Even though like you can do, it doesn't take much to do like a little bit of a search to see that like what they're pushing out is completely false. And they keep lying. This is why I'm saying like the Democrat leadership is corrupt. It needs to be overhauled. These leaders need to be gone. They need to be cast out of like it's been overrun. Like the Democrat Party has been overrun by extreme leftists who don't care about the American people, who don't care about the working class. They say this, they say that. They always like try to go for every single like little group, and then they push them away when they don't need them anymore. You know, it's like there's a certain community in America where they come to every 4 years and like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. Vote for me because I'm Democrat, and then like they vote for them and like they don't do nothing for these people. It's pretty sad, honestly. And especially like just like falling for that over and over again. You know, like back in the day when I was growing up, the only way you can get the news was either the newspaper or whatever the TV said. Well, we don't. We can search things ourselves. You know what I mean? It's like it's so crazy that they're like, and what's crazy too is like how are these like how are these why are these on X like Kamala HQ? Why is it not getting community noted? And I know there's leftists in there. That's what it seems like. Is there's leftists in the community notes? It seems like a completely um, like it's supposed to be a non-bias. You know, it's supposed to be like you want the correct information, but it's like, why are you not community noting this? Like they are just trying to deceive people. Oh, Trump's route. Like I'm so tired of hearing about like this. Like there's support for both sides. You know what I mean? Like they try to act like there's no support. It's dwindling support. Like it's absolutely ludicrous. And if you're even like a smidge paying attention, you will see right through the Democrats' lies. And that's why you see so like look at our big leaders over here. Look at the big leaders for Trump supporters. Number one, these are all Democrats, or these were all former Democrats, including me. Well, I'm a Democrat now because I'm converting back, but I'm still voting for Trump and all of these Republicans because I've already said it before. Anyway, Donald Trump, he converted. He was a Democrat. He said it. I used to be a Democrat. That's number one. Elon Musk. He just voted for Biden last time. His mom, she was a Democrat. Now she's on the Trump train. Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy. These are our big dogs. RFK. These are all prominent figures who are leftists. Like what people on the right is leading the Republican Party now who is traditional? Like who's like JD Vance? No. I mean what I'm saying like traditional, like the traditional like Republican. Like establishment leadership. It's all former Democrats. Even probably J.D. Vance is probably somewhat of a formal. I think he said he's a Democrat, or was anyway. And even though Joe Rogan hasn't endorsed Trump, we all know he's probably going to vote for Trump. Um, yeah, you see, like look at the leadership. It's people who used to be on the left, and then now they're on the right. Now, why did that happen? Is it because like they changed their views and they're ultra conservative now? In the eyes of the left, yes, but they haven't changed their views. They have the same moderate centrist views they had before, but the left has went so far left that these people like myself seem like we're conservative when we're really center left. That's what we really are. Like I'm pretty much, when I did the little political analysis of like my ideas and whatever, it said like I was like it said like I was right on the dot, except for I was a little bit to the right, like slightly conservative. But if I did that test again, I probably might be slightly left or right on the dot, right on the dot. But the left is like the Democrat leadership is so far left, like they're completely far left. So it just seems like, and they're so groupthink too. So which is crazy is none of these people can think for themselves. They just go with the propaganda all the time. They have no critical thought, and like they always the good thing about what they do is if like you can get in there and since they're all pretty much drones or NPCs and they can't think for themselves, if you can penetrate that leadership, then this is why I'm like, maybe I have a better chance of growing as a Democrat than I do as a, because look at all these prominent figures like that I see, like these like if you're a sports fan, you're like, man, you look at these potential players who are about to be drafted into the NBA or NFL, you're like, man, I would like to have this player on my team. Like this guy is amazing. Well, if you look at that, you see like all these prominent figures on the right who could be like potential like there's so many of them on the right who could be potentially president. All the ones I named off, except for Elon Musk. But if he if he was an American citizen or things were different, he would be on there too. I don't think that he wants to be president. I think he has enough on his plate, and he's doing a lot more things. I think that's somebody else. It's kind of like he's not taking care of everything on X. He's got a CEO. You know what I mean? So it's he has so much going on. Running all these different companies at the same time, you can't sit there and just like, especially like how much work the president is supposed to be doing. So like, and then I look on the right, I mean the left, and I don't see any, like, who's their champions? Pete Buttigieg? AOC? Like the next ones in line are supposed to be Gretchen Whitmer and Gavin Newsom. I guess because they're good at speaking. I mean, they can formulate their own thoughts, possibly. I don't know, but like if we can, if I can help, do whatever I can, man. I just want to cause problems, but I want it. I want the Democrats to be what they used to be. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you, if they reformed and turned what they used to be, which is basically us now, I guarantee you, like, if it was more accepting, I guarantee you, a lot of people who went to the right side would end up being just. We need to make it more like. It shouldn't be so polarized. It shouldn't be like we're gonna go to a civil war. We're gonna go to, like, it shouldn't be like this. And so okay, Cardi B, she got up on stage and she endorsed Kamala, and she's like sitting there. I can barely understand what she's saying anyway because of, I don't know. I can't. She doesn't talk that well. She sounds literally like she's probably got a lot of street smarts. That's for sure. That's why, you know what I mean? She's got a lot of street smarts. She knows how to survive. It's very good survival skills. But when it comes to like any type of like complex thought process, I don't think that she has that much. I just don't. She kind of just seems like a, yeah, I see what she looks like. She's gorgeous, but like when I hear her talk, it's just so unattractive to me. Um, but like she's sitting there on stage on they I think they probably have teleprompters too. That's the funny thing is like they have like a teleprompter of what they want you to say, or like possibly like you're talking like I'm talking, and then like you look at the okay, I need to get onto this point, or like it'll probably give you I don't know, I've never seen it, but like it'll give you like a coaching like, hey, it's time to move on. You know what I mean? Kind of like getting a text message like you see it. Well, she's got her phone up and she's got some speech that she's made. She says she made. She probably did. She probably did for me. That's why it's on her phone and not on the teleprompter. Well, the thing is, like, couldn't you take that speech and be like, hey, put it on the teleprompter? But she read it word from word too. Like that's the thing is like, if you have your phone up there and like you just see like some talking points you want to talk about, that's one thing. Like, okay, I need to hit this. Like, if I was a popular YouTuber, right? Like, I would definitely have, I would be more structured when I'm talking, but it's not just off the top of my head. But it also that would definitely probably take away from my creativity as well and my thought process. But like, yeah, I would just like, okay, I need to talk about this. You know, just different subjects that I need to get into because sometimes I forget what I want to talk about, or like something specific I need to get into that later on I'm like, dang, I forgot to put that in that video. But she read there's no heartfelt message. J-Lo was up there, I guess. I didn't even need to look at the video, but I can see it like playing automatically when I was on the she looked like she was crying. Why? Because you're on some type of list that if it comes out, um you're gonna probably be in prison. Wouldn't that be crazy if these people, if the conspiracy theories are right about these elite people, and like they've been engaged and there's proof of them committing like serious heinous crimes, and it actually comes out and these rich elite people who've all been supporting Kamala end up in being like investigated, prosecuted, and sentenced to prison time. That would be so like that's what we need to heal as a country is we need the truth to come out. That's what we need that, and that's why I'm a huge Trump supporter. I just want the truth to come out. I want the truth to be exposed. I was fooled by the propaganda for a lot of time in my life. I haven't been for like 10 years now. And a little bit I was starting to come off the wagon back in 2007-ish. But then I kind of just like, I need to focus on being a father and making money and surviving other than looking into this. I got too much on my plate. Plus I was talking to a lot of different women and dating a lot too as well. So like I didn't have time to really sit down and look politically. And I was into sports too. So you only have so much so much time in the day and interest anyway. So like a lot of people are still like, this propaganda is so like flimsy. It's so flimsy, and there's so many people are still buying into it, and they still they believe everything the government tells them after what they did to us in 2020 and 2021. Like this economy is, I can't believe it hasn't broke down. I can't believe it hasn't broke down. It's crazy what they have done. Man, and there's these prominent figures on X trying to tell people like this is a great economy, and I'm like, dude, I am barely making it, man. Are you kidding me? Maybe for you because you're rich. Yeah. Oh, the stock market. Well, how many people in my sector are in the stock market or actually give a damn? They care more about eating, being able to have a roof over their head. There's so many of these people who are elites that my hope is people don't resonate with these people anymore because they live such a lavish lifestyle. Like there was this allure about like rich people when I was younger growing up, and um like seeing their MTV cribs, like you seeing their lifestyle, seeing their house, like where they live seems so awesome, but it's like it's everywhere now. And then you look at that and you're like, and then you look at where you live and you're like, how do I relate to this person at all? I'm never going to be able to get that. Like, if I just sit here and think about things, I'm never going to be able to be in that position. So I'm over here struggling, and these people are like going against me. Why are all these people that like, um, I like their entertainment, whatever. You can say, I like their entertainment, but like, entertainment, that shows like how important entertainment is to the average American. Uh, that we are paying athletes. I think quarterback does like 60 million a year. That's crazy. There's basketball players making like 75 million a year. What? How are and their ratings are like down. Their ratings aren't. NFL does good, football does good, but like basketball regular season, like in the finals, I guess the ratings were down too. I don't understand like the ads, why they keep investing. At some point, there's going to be something that breaks, and like they're going to lose a lot of revenue from these ads because like people aren't paying attention as much, man. So these people are gonna have to like take huge. That's that will be crazy when you see these. What'll probably happen with these people who make all this money, you know, like they're I guess they're offering Robert Downey Jr. like 30 million to do play some character in the Marvel. I guess like he's not gonna be Iron Man now. I guess he's gonna be somebody else, Doctor something, whatever. 30 million because like they think just throwing money. I guarantee I'm not gonna pay attention to whatever movie he's in. Maybe people are still buying into the Marvel, and they're still. We'll see how it works. Maybe it'll work out for them, and it'll be a blockbuster. But I don't think it's gonna be as good as they think it's gonna be. Um, but I could be wrong. It's so crazy how infused entertainment is in the average American to keep us preoccupied and not like. I like entertainment, man. You know, like I sit here play a video game, um, and I'm listening to highly sophisticated, way more intelligent people than I could ever fathom of being, and I not everything sinks in, of course. Like even if I was to be like, I would have to like sit there and study the same thing for every. And plus, my memory is horrible, man. Like so I'm not gonna remember everything. But if I could have like a general understanding of like a lot of different things, I think that's a good thing. Even Elon says that. That's what he does. I mean, there's some things that he's way more in depth about, but like he just likes to have a general understanding about a lot of different things because you're knowledgeable. At least you're knowledgeable. At least you're like somebody, like when you're trying to have a discussion with somebody, they don't have to explain the situation, explain what's happening. I mean, like you're completely ignorant, you don't know, and then you have to start like formulating like thought processes on the like right now, like you know, and like real time or whatever. So the American people, I don't view Americans very highly. Okay, um, people who support Trump, I do because like there are people who are cult members for sure. They've attacked me because I attacked Cat Turd, and they just like, even though I said something like, "Dude, why are you attacking moderates, man? Why, you know, look at Elon. He voted for Biden. And now you're gonna reject Elon." And then it's just like they they all started attacking me, even though I'm a Trump supporter. But I'm just pointing out that like, dude, you have to let people come over. I get it, like not letting them become like leaders and electing them right away. I understand like the apprehension about Tulsi Gabbard being vice president because she just came over to the Trump side or whatever. Like, you know, but you have to let these people who seem like they generally care give them a chance at least, you know, because people get changed. Look at Anna Kasparian, like she was a hardcore, like, hated, and it seemed like she hated us, and then now she's kind of like flipped her tune a little bit. You see, like Danica Patrick, she probably was like an extreme leftist, and then now she's coming out more. You know, people like that is like they're like, dude, like your left wing ideology is just too extreme and it's unsustainable, man. Like seriously, I if Kamala wins, and Trump doesn't take the if Trump does, it's going to be a wreck. They're going to wreck it. They're going to wreck the economy. They're going to do like whatever they've been doing to keep the economy afloat. They're going to just stop it. And there's probably going to be mass war going on. Possibly we might be in the middle of World War III. I'm not sure. Because like if there'll be like ground invasions or stuff like that when it comes to Russia and stuff like that. But like, you know, like China might end up taking over Taiwan, you know, invading Taiwan or whatever. And typically war starts in the colder regions around, you know, when it's not cold, it's hard to move around with the slush and mud and all that. So I think it's like they like to fight and pretty much in the summertime. They don't like their tanks to be bogged down and all that, but like, things were ramping up. And if Trump gets in there, which I hope he does, and if you care about your future, you should hope he does too, because like if Kamala gets in there, this is what I think will happen. I think that like probably be okay for a little while. I would think, unless they decide to just let the economy just collapse. But they'll probably just keep on like doing what they're doing. They'll probably go to war and try to send people to war, to maintain their flimsy power, because they don't really have a lot of power. That's why they are doing what they're doing. They know they're about to lose it, and I don't understand. Like even if they maintain power, like when society isn't running anymore and people aren't working or give a damn, and do you think that they're just not going to uprise against you? Like you have led this country, and to see what happened with the last couple of elections, how you've handled things, that people are just going to be like, oh no man, I'm just going to eat nothing and starve away, or I'm just going to, you know, we're all going to be homeless, right? You know, like we're going to go through a huge depression. We're going to be fine with that. And then you're going to just force people to fight on, like, try forcing me, because I ain't going to the front lines. You ain't drafting me. I ain't gonna fight for you people. And I'm telling you, like, if I get drafted, you're sending me to prison. I ain't fighting for you. And I don't blame anybody else who would do the same thing. If I was 19, 20, 18, I'm doing the same thing. I ain't fighting for you. Throw me in prison. I don't care. I'll just sit in prison until this thing ends, and then I'll come out, and then whatever. But yeah, go ahead, throw me in prison. I'm not gonna fight for you people. So good luck with that. They're not gonna maintain power, because like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's unsustainable. And the direction we're headed is a collapse under them, with no government reform. Like, they don't want. They're running. Their major thing is trying to force every single state in the union to have abortion. Which my opinion is, it would be cool if every state had understanding and didn't outright ban abortion. You know, just like, you know, definitely like rape, incest, stuff like that, or like, even if it's like 6 weeks or whatever, like, but these people, here's the thing is, like, these people don't have the same beliefs as you people. So like, why are you forcing your beliefs down their throat? They don't believe that. They think that a lot of these places who ban abortion outright are like, they don't believe in abortion at all. So why are you pushing your views? How would you feel if it was the opposite? And that's what they're trying to spread. They're trying to spread that Trump is going to ban it across the board, and he's not. He's said this repeatedly, and they keep on saying, oh, Agenda 2025 or whatever, Project 2025 is. they keep on saying the same thing. He can disavow it. He can say, I didn't read it. Whatever. I'm not for it. And they're still, it doesn't matter. They still say the same thing over and over again. It's pretty much propaganda is saying, even if it's a lie, if you say the same thing over and over and over and over again, people start believing it. People start, it gets familiar. So it's kind of like music. So I think a lot of popular music is popular because it's played in people's heads over and over, and they just like hear that song everywhere, either like on a commercial. Like when I was growing up, you would turn on the radio and then like listen to a certain station, and then they play like the same type of songs, and then like a new song would come in, and then they would play that song like way too much. They play it like every hour at least. Every hour you would hear that song. So you'd be listening to the radio doing your thing, and then like you hear like a bunch of different mix of songs or whatever, and then like you hear that song again. So you end up hearing it like 3 or 4 different times, and you're like the first time you're like, I don't like this, I don't like it. But you start hearing it more and more. You hear it more, and then it's just like it kind of gets in your head a little bit, and you start like, I accept it. So like people don't understand about a lot about music is kind of getting brainwashed to like it. That's how they did it. They wanted to push it out there. So yeah, that's how they do it. And they interject it into TV and movies and video games and all that stuff, like different music, and just hear it again and again. You're like, oh man, that song resonates with me. It's very rare you hear a song for the first time and you just absolutely love it, like head to toe, and you feel like the tingling down your spine of how great that music is. I haven't had that feeling of like hearing a song and having that tingling going down my spine, because you just feel like total connection with that artist, I think. And it's a different type of, and it's probably the spiritual realm or whatever, like, or some type of energy. You just feel complete connection with that, probably with the creators of that music. But yeah, like, there's so much propaganda put out here. It's absurd. And I think it's kind of like an IQ test, like 2021. Like, let's see what people will do. Like, we're going to introduce this, and then we're going to say there's like consequences for not doing this. And if you don't, then you're going to lose your job. And 70% of people went along with it in America. So it makes me think, like, I don't really have a lot of faith in the intelligence of the average American. It's not that like they're like really they're a average IQ, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm a genius and my IQ is like way higher than theirs, but it is slightly better than the average American. I think the average American is probably around 100, maybe 100 or 95, between 95 and 100 is their IQ. Last time I checked, mine was like 107. The highest I've ever done is like 117. So like, obviously my IQ is a lot higher than the average person's. Definitely I'm not a genius, but intelligence wise, I'm just on a different level, and I've always thought of myself as being dumb too. But I'm a lot smarter than these people. Not everybody, but it's just like a lot of people just don't know that, and the whole thing with like the internal monologue, people not having an internal monologue, I think that like people can develop it, and it could go away if you pay, like if you're just like going through the motions like so robotically with life that you're pretty much on automatic. I think that's when people like kind of lose their internal monologue, because they're always on autopilot all the time and they don't even realize it. But I think that people could snap out of it. I think there's something like with the brainwashing, with the media and all that, with the TV, all the propaganda, where people are just like, I'm just going to be on my, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about that. I have enough going on in my own personal life, man. There's too much going on in my personal life. I don't care. And that's the average person, man. That's the average person. Is like, they're just worried about surviving and worried about taking care of things. And like, personal things, relationships, and all that crap. People aren't worried about like these politics and all these major problems that we have until like it hits them. And if Kamala gets in there, I predict what will happen is something like Germany before Hitler took over. That's what I predict will happen. I think that we're going to deal with severe inflation at some point, and I think that people aren't going to be able to do anything. The prices are going to get way too high. People aren't going to be able to buy things, and that's going to cause major disruption, obviously. Don't know how quick that'll happen, but like, yeah, they're just kicking the can down the road, and we can't do that no more. We can't just kick the can down the road and tell the kids like, hey, you deal with this crap. No, we have to put our adult pants on and get these boomers out of office. These boomers are the problem, man. Boomers are voting in self-interest. They don't care about the future. And when these people who are old should care about the future, you're supposed to care about the kids. Just like, why would you even have kids if you don't give a shit about them? You only care about like your future. These boomers aren't going to pass down anything. A lot of these boomers aren't going to pass down like anything to their kids at all, but debt, like burden. A lot of these boomers are going to be required, like somebody's going to need to take care of these people, and like their kids probably ain't going to want to do it, because they haven't established like a relationship with their kid. Like they pretty much, a lot of people have kids out of like a status symbol. Like they don't even care about their kids, and then people wonder why there's so much mental health problems here in America. I have no one. Maybe because there's that child didn't develop emotionally because it wasn't in a good emotional good environment. Yes, we live better than kings when it comes to like material stuff. Most of us here. But when it comes to community emotional, like we don't. Like it's horrible. It's scarce, man. Nobody cares about anybody but themselves, and that is not a good future, because things will start breaking. Yeah, hopefully, Trump gets in there. That's what the hope is, and we can try to fix things, reform the government, and try to make things better for people here. Like bringing like tariffs will probably be disturbing at first, but like at the end, like I think that a lot of these companies will end up coming back and hiring American workers, and then like wanting to pay us more to compete with other companies for our service. Like, dude, I'm just a rented worker, man. I don't want to go to work. I should want to go to work, man. I should feel like I'm doing something good. When I don't, I just feel like I'm getting taxed to hell. I feel like I'm barely making it. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like I have any incentives to want to work hard, especially like the divide between men and women nowadays. And the youth can relate to me, young men can relate to me. I mean, of course, a lot of men my age probably are married. I'm one of the guys that are left out. That's cool, whatever. Like, yeah, things are about to change. Things are about to change with them. About this, you think that I can't change. I'm going to change, and things are going to be different. However, hopefully we have a functioning society going forward, and the Democrats are just, it is completely unsustainable what they're doing, man. Completely unsustainable. And it's so sad that people are still buying into the celebrity propaganda like they respect these people. I don't respect them at all, man. Like I can't stand these people. I can't stand them at all. But yeah,